We are back at De Valk Brokerage here outside of Amsterdam, and this place is super unique because there are so many different types of boats all in one place. We are looking at 2 expedition yachts. Last time we looked at a 1965 classic boat. It was beautiful, but this is like a totally different ballgame. The Dutch, they are well known for building capable steel ships. This one's aluminum for adventures, like Norway, because it's right here. So maybe we start in Norway instead of Alaska.
We go to the Arctic.
The first boat we're gonna look at is completely out of our budget, but it just went on auction. And then the second boat that we'll look at is totally within our budget because it's a little bit older. Shall we start with the new one?
Let's go for it. This is a Globemaster 50, and clearly based on this door alone, a vessel built for some very serious extreme conditions, much more than the little bit of rain that we are getting right now. But it is fitting, so we're gonna go ahead and start inside. This is a 2023, which is basically a brand new boat. I don't know that it's been much of anywhere. It looks like it just came off of like the factory floor and delivered. And when I originally saw this boat the first time around, because I've been digging for months now, of course, it was listed at like almost $1.5 million. And now, of course, euros. Big difference there, right? Which makes it even more for us. But it's up for auction. And so that means we could technically put in a lowball offer. Doesn't mean we'd actually get it, but you know, you might get lucky. So we thought we'd better take a look and just see if it is something we want to give a go on. Welcome to the galley, the salon area. It's wild to think that this is a 50-foot vessel. Storage everywhere. This has actually been killing me.
You haven't even looked at this yet.
No, we've kind of just barely glanced into this boat. So this lifts up, I guess, for better headroom for coming in and out of here. Okay, well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Anyway, we're sticking to this.
Supposed to be quick.
I know, quick tour. Okay, so we got a lot to get through here. Huge refrigeration. I mean, that's enough to lust after right there. I love that they've got the counters kind of extended over the top of everything. So you got lots of working space here. Beautiful stove, induction. Yes.
Team Jason.
Yeah. Team Jason dishwasher. He gets his dishwasher. I know, big deal, big deal. Lots of cabinets, lots of storage. It's just, this is it's a brand new boat. Everything's very clean, very modern, kind of feels very Scandinavian, maybe very Dutch, I don't know. I do like all of this furniture. I love the fabric that they've chosen in here. Looks really nice. It's very clean, bright.
Could figure out some sort of coffee table or that, like
Yeah.
popped up into a workstation.
Oh, I'm sure, absolutely. And they've just got so much light. There's just windows everywhere on this thing. So light is just pouring through. And then
Looks like a place you'd want to drive a boat.
yeah, it is incredible. You've got a great view through here. You've got big screens, all of your switches. I mean, I'd love to just take this thing out for a test sale. You'd have to put an offer in first before you get a test sale, but
That's what they told us, at least.
yeah, you know, got to do some schmoozing around here.
Gotta be here for more than 2 days.
Yeah, we got to be here for more than a layover, which is all we've got right now. I do like that you've got a door here, so you've got access. You could open it up if you're docking, have a quick peek out, or it's just a beautiful day and you want more airflow. You've got 3 hatches here you can open up. You've got the side door, and then of course, just a very cush place to be cruising through the fjords and looking at waterfalls and whales off in the distance. We can both sit here side by side. I mean, it's pretty posh, I gotta say.
I wonder if this is a TV right here because there's a Sonos.
Yeah, it looks like this is your entertainment area, which makes sense considering, oh, these are big.
Can I take them outside real quick?
Oh, the rain has stopped, yes.
All right, the rain has just stopped, and she was talking about driving. There's also a helm control here. For when you're docking, supposed to be the only way to do it, is what I've been told by people who are more experienced than I in docking big boats like this. And you want to do a quick outside real quick?
No, let's continue the inside.
Okay. All right, down here. Oh, wow. This is like some sort of desk area here. Storage. Whew, okay. Storage. Under cabinet lighting. Looks very nice. And a big old bit. We got heat and AC throughout the entire boat. Beautiful little nostalgic round port lights here. I kind of like that. And oh, this thing behind me, this is probably like a day bed or something that goes up there. And then I see a door here. Whoa. Whoa, yeah. Just keeps giving. So the head, definitely a 2-person shower. for sure.
Onto the guest cabins. Yeah, it's got to be guest cabins, right? Oh, no, this is a head. Really nice head and sink down here. It's definitely not a shower. Oh, washer dryer. There we go. Very important piece of equipment. Okay. Oh my gosh. Nope, you can't see that from up here. The cabin's over here. I feel like this is like summer camp, and this is your like little hideout down here. It's pretty cool, actually. It's very nice. And now the other side. This is like totally giving me catamaran vibes. Here we go.
I see more cushions for the outside.
Yeah, all of your outdoor cushions are definitely here.
Oh, that's why there's no light in here.
Blocking it all there. Another, I mean, these are all feel like queen size mattresses. They're big.
Maybe king. It's huge.
It is, it's wide. Nice size mattress, so another bunk there. This one is actually a head and a shower. Probably just one person. Sorry, solo shower.
Definitely big, safe walkways. We're gonna take advantage of the sun while it's out. The windows, we actually got a brow that helps protect, but if it's raining or taking on wave, we have the windows sort of inverted. The water's supposed to peel out more quickly. And then of course there's windshield wipers, just like a car. Rods for airflow. This, I think, is where that big cushion is that was on the bed goes. Other than the fact that it looks brand new, it's everything I would kind of expect from an expedition yacht that's about 50 foot. It looks very nice and very comfortable. So up here we have another station to navigate from. Pretty good visibility. The mast here will fold down. A lot of these boats that are in this area, they talk about doing the French canals. And I guess to do the French canals, you have to be under a certain height. So a lot of the masts will just fold down. That's a nice feature. I think those cushions we saw go here, so it will be a lot more comfortable than just sitting on aluminum. I think one of the benefits of aluminum like this is the fact that you can see if anything looks like it needs to be worked on, cleaned, maintained. Yeah, and then I think my favorite
No rust.
feature, yeah, no rust. Oh yeah, no rust, like a steel boat's gonna be rusty. My favorite feature is the helipad. So, you know.
For the drone.
For the drone, I think it's not really big enough for a helicopter. And then a tender lift here. There's also a spot in the back where you can put a tender, he said, I think.
Underneath solar panels.
But this one has the solar panels and the wind turbines. There's davits too, under the solar panels. Okay.
About that dinghy davit, so many different places to put your dinghy on this boat. They've got a built-in little outdoor seating area, a table, and then of course, little switcheroo seat so you can face either direction. Nice little spot here for a little outdoor grill or cooking station. Let's see, maybe, oh, hey, check it out. Okay, that'd be very good dive tank storage, just saying. So you have a major compartment underneath here, and this is also your engine access. Now, this whole thing lifts up, and I don't have one of the brokers here to help me out with it, so I don't want to go at it alone because we were not originally supposed to be looking at this boat. It was out of our budget. We didn't request to view it, so we didn't make an appointment for it. But they have given us some time to come on here as well, because it is up for auction. So then we were like, well, when in the Netherlands?
Gotta see it.
Gotta see it. So that is the Yeti. She's a beautiful boat. So now on to the boat that we originally came here to see today. And it is a one-off Dutch build. It is a steel hull, and it is a third of the asking price of the aluminum vessel that we were just looking at. That's also because it is a 1993 vessel. So you want something more affordable, you gotta go older. But this boat, it's been pretty heavily renovated and refitted on the inside. So there's a lot of it looks a lot newer than 1993. All the paint, windows, because it is that, it's the double pane, what's it called?
Double glazed.
Double glazed, thank you. The double glazed windows were redone just a couple of years ago. So there is a lot that's been upkept really well and refinished on this boat that makes it very, very appealing. So let's step aboard. Starting with the stern, this isn't a huge area, but I kind of find that a lot of the Explorer yachts don't have the kind of bigger cockpit areas, and that's because a lot of them end up having an upstairs area. But down here, there is a base here, apparently for a crane for a dinghy to sit on. I liked the idea of having an easy way to hoist and just have the dinghy up off of the back. Coming around.
We have our engine down there. We'll come back to that later. And the stairs, we'll do that later.
Yeah, stick with the first level. I love how wide and tall.
Yeah, it feels very safe.
It feels, yeah, very protected. Like you got a lot to hang on to.
Is this a Portuguese?
Yes, I was about to say your Portuguese bridge, right? I'm pretty sure we remember what that was. I mean, coming forward, nice big area up here. So you could definitely have some beanbag loungers, whatever you want. Guys washing in the back. Nice big windlass here, big locker there, probably storage for your fenders. This spins super fast when you're in crappy weather, so it stays clear all the time, so you don't get the rain on it. The rest of it, it could just be pouring down rain, and you can see crystal clear right through that thing, which is very cool. This one is also heated. If that isn't telling you this is prepared for some very extreme conditions, yeah, exactly. So kind of a cool feature. Even the broker who sees these boats around here all the time was like, I've never in my life seen one that's heated. That's a first. So I don't know how needed it is, but a cool feature. Clearly somebody thought it was, yeah.
Clear view.
Clear view, that's right,
Maybe.
yeah. So obvious. Interesting thing to note here, which is the windows. He said when they redid those a couple of years ago, they decided to go with plastic frames instead of aluminum because the plastic doesn't create any condensation.
That's a real big deal on a steel boat, apparently.
Yes, well, moisture, right? Which is funny because you've got it on the sea. But yeah, moisture is just your enemy on any boat, period, because you're worried either about mildew, rust, delamination, corrosion. It's just, you know, the things you deal with.
Here we have our navigation area that's pretty standard. Nice little wheel. It's wooden. I can see the front of the boat. It's not like a perfectly unobstructed view, but it's pretty good, I think. Tons and tons of room for solar up here. And then this deck is obviously huge enough for these massive lounge chairs. And this would be where I would do yoga in the morning, right? With the icebergs and the whales and the penguins and everything that you get wherever we're gonna go. And this targa does go down. So this boat can also be used in the French canals, which is a bonus. And then we have a big crane to get a tender up here, but the previous owner always left the tender on the crane on the back, the Davit tender thing, whatever it's called. That's really it up here. In the engine room, we have decent height in here, plenty of space side to side. These are two John Deere engines. Supposedly they're bulletproof, they're great engines, efficient, not a lot of problems from what we've been told. The lighting in here, they're in the process of rewiring some things, so it's not as bright as it should be in here. Don't forget about that. I can see the generators, the heating system. Apparently it's the best. It is like this Dutch brand that they all love. It's in a lot of these boats. Overall, it's pretty clean. There's space. I can see everything. I can access everything. It's an engine room.
Moving inside, this is where it starts to really feel like a home. This thing has got a lot of space. You got a ton of cabinets over here for storage all along this area. Big dining area over here. And then of course, speaking of dining, we move on up into the actual salon and galley. Always feels weird to still call it that whenever it starts to feel very household-like in here. We have got a washer dryer, the dishwasher, which is the very important thing for Jason. And then yes, we have a fridge, not as big as we've seen on some of the other yachts, but not bad. Sure, we'll find the freezer later on. We'll figure that out. Got an induction cooktop, looks like convection oven, nice size sink. Lots and lots of storage cabinets, so I don't feel like that would even be a problem. We got plenty of storage for everything. The dining area is nice. The fabric is brand new on that. You can tell it looks very nice. The entire boat, realistically, has clearly been well kept because everything in here looks pretty new. Like I haven't found almost any, like no moisture damage, no nothing. Like it looks very, very, very clean.
One thing that is not new
is exactly what I was about to say is electronics again, but that's like a running theme around here because this is their home turf. So they know it, it's pretty predictable. The water is plenty deep. It's also a steel vessel. You're not exactly concerned about hitting anything. So for around here, it's not a big deal. Anybody else, if you were gonna just keep it around these waters, probably if it all functions, that's really all that matters. So for us wanting to take it on much bigger adventures, much further range, we would need to update all of this. That's the only downside for us. But it does have all the equipment. VHF, it's got well, no, does not have stabilizers. That's a different conversation. But it does have, shoot, it's not wings, what is it called? Okay, what's it called?
chine rails. I'd never heard of it before until now.
Apparently, it helps break the movement so that you don't get as much of the rolling. Even still, I think you'd want to fit some electronic stabilizers on this thing. Just my 2 cents from what I have learned. I could be wrong for all of you that know way more than I do about expedition vessels, expedition explorer, whatever. Drop me a comment down below. Okay. The doors are super heavy duty, and I can tell that the insulation on this boat is really good because it's so much quieter when you close that. And we've still got the back door open. So it's not like you're sealing off all the noise, but I can definitely tell with whatever cleaning things, there's a lot of things going on out there, but you don't hear it when you're inside here. So I have a feeling even underway, the engine noise on this, I have a feeling would be pretty minimal. As a sailor, the thing you hate most is hearing those freaking engines, so you want it to be quiet. We have big bed, decent amount of storage space in here, closet space, but it's in here. This is the kicker. It's killing me with the bathtubs. These yachts and these bathtubs, I'm just not used to being able to have a bathtub on a boat. It's such a strange thing for me, but this is a very big bathtub.
Yeah, not just a bathtub, a
A jacuzzi bathtub. We saw this on that 1965 Fed ship, you know?
It's a Dutch thing.
I don't know. This is a new world for us. And I'm pretty impressed by the whole fact that you get to have a bathtub. Nice size head, good toilets, sink space. Really not much else to say. And coming out of the owner's cabin, we move on into the guest head. The guest bunk beds with cabinets. Double size cabin plus a desk. Very cool to have that inside of a guest cabin, I think. I'd like to stay here. And then the shared head / shower for these guest cabins with a double sink, probably a 1-person shower. Yeah, 1-person shower, but really nice kind of vanity area and everything else in here. So really for guest accommodations, this is pretty nice. You don't have like the multiple heads for everybody, but you've got a spare head so that anybody can go to the bathroom anytime they want. And then if you need to shower, that kind of thing, brush your teeth, got this little area shared in here. And the fact that you can sleep 6 people on this boat is really awesome because the living area and the dining area space certainly accommodates for all of that. So everybody gets to go on the adventure.
All right, there's no doubt that this boat is in excellent shape on the inside and the outside. And you know, the truth is we've come from such a different world. I really need some more time to think about it before I say anything. Like, the first boat we looked at, it was asking 1.5, you know, if it's going to auction, what if we offered $1 million, you know? This one, maybe we offer $500,000. I can do a lot.
That's $500,000 savings by going with the older boat. So, you know, it's a lot to
process.
Yeah.
Emotions and thoughts are just flooding through my head. We probably need to revisit the website 100 more times and really dive into the specs and figure out, you know, where can we go from here and what do we need to update? So we're gonna sleep on it. We're gonna catch our flight.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go back to the USA and really research.
And then we'll come back at you with some thoughts.
More. Yeah. Stepping aboard both those vessels was absolutely the right thing to do because we've pored over the listing. We've looked at all of the photos. We've watched boat tours. It's just not the same as stepping aboard and actually being in the space and seeing it and touching everything.
Visualizing the adventures, you know, is it really truly the right boat for us?
They both look so much better in real life than they did on the listing.
Yeah, we were impressed with both, and either one could be a very good fit for us and the adventures that we want to go on next. But neither one were absolutely perfect. Like, for example, neither one of them have stabilizers, and that's something we would definitely need and want to add to them.
Pretty sure we want electronic stabilizers so we can do the, you know, the thing at anchor where we're not going like this.
Yeah. So there are considerations to be had, which sort of leads us to where we are now, which is
Alaska.
We are in Ketchikan, Alaska, about to get on
this beautiful Northern Marine trawler. One of you, our crew members, our Curiosity crew members, has invited us aboard for a trip from Ketchikan all the way down to Seattle. And It's his third vessel like this to own, so I think we're gonna learn a craft load. We're gonna be drinking from a fire hose.
Yes. For a second, I thought you were about to go a different direction with that. I was like, what are we drinking underway? Yes, we are going to learn about fuel consumption. What's the noise level like? You know, smell, the enjoyment level, comfort, like maintenance.
Maintenance, cost. Our very first stop on the trip is the fuel dock. So we're gonna pull out of this, go straight to the fuel dock, and that is gonna be
a sobering effect, wow. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we're gonna really dive into whenever we are on a passage, whether you do it by sail or whether you do it by motor, what's that look like by the end of the day? So we are going to have a lot of clarity, I think, by the end of this little adventure on what we either do and don't want out of a vessel, or is this even the right decision for us? And that's the purpose of the trip.
Are we going to be bored? I don't know. On
maybe,
a motor vessel?
Maybe it's
sailing is the best.
Most fun we've ever had.
Who knows?
Only time will tell.
Yes. Yeah. So we will see you next time here in Alaska as we pull off the dock.
Yeah. So thanks so much for watching. See you next.
Gently.
Yeah. The water's so clear.
Yeah, it is.
It's dark, but it's clear.